Hey everyone, welcome back to another build. Today we are working on a small coffee table. This build's a little bit different than the others just because first of all, I was using spruce as the top instead of my typical piece wood of choice, which is poplar. But I was gonna try it out, see how it looked with the epoxy on it. But this piece did not go to plan, and I actually thought that this was going to be a major fail and that I wouldn't be able to use this project at all. So, first of all, at the time, I did not have a planer or really anything to flatten these boards. They were very heavily twisted, but I decided to try to biscuit joint them anyways. I was just gonna wing it. I did have a jointer, but that only does the one small edge that connects the two. But when it comes to clamping and making sure everything is right in place, that's when not having two straight edges is a problem. So I started on it and was winging it, but then as soon as I started putting on the clamps, that's when the problems occurred. It started to cut majorly, and I just wasn't able to save it.
And we did run into a lot of issues with that uh gluing up those two slabs together. That did not work as planned. I'm not completely sure what happened. All I know is it was tough getting them together, and then I kind of had them together, and then all of a sudden when I started clamping, even with the boards on the side, it started curling and popped out of the biscuit joints, which I was like, what? And so I tried to hold that together, and then just everything went bad. And there it is right there. I guess we're just gonna. I'll be able to use the boards for something else. I'm just gonna. Maybe that's our sign that I need to get a planer soon.
So the very next day, guess what I bought was a planer actually. This was just a really small little planer. It was just a little Delta 12 and a half inch, but it was powerful. And the big thing that I did like about it was it collapsed into quite a nice little unit, which so I could just easily throw it down on the ground when I was done with it, because space is a very big priority in my, or challenge, I guess you could say, in my shop to have. But yeah, that I picked up that little planer for 140 bucks on Facebook Marketplace, so was pretty happy with that. And yeah, but now I was gonna try to do the glue up again. As you can see, the boards are quite a bit flatter, and it was looking a lot better already from the start. I did lose a little bit of width though, because I did have to cut off that little bit of piece that had the biscuits already in it and the grooves already in it, but it was still alright, still a decent sized table. Uh, as you can see here, I'm just trying to get everything really tight, get all the gaps out of there, make sure it's good. The pipe clamps really do a really good job of are really good. Well, the pipe clamps are the way to go for doing these big glue ups in the biscuit joint format, just because of how tight you can get them. Then now it was going to be working on the base. Now this base was going to be pretty simple. It was just a kind of a farm style, I guess you could say, sort of a base. It was primarily made out of 2x6s, and I put the 2x6s, put two 2x6s kind of sort of in a 90-degree angle that to make a leg. But the legs were only about 18 inches maybe tall, maybe even shorter, like 16 inches tall. So they're really quite small, but it was really simple to make and worked actually quite well. And as you can see here, I was making good use of my new planer, planing all these legs, and which would result in less jointing and sanding work in the future. So that was another good pro of having the planer around. So here, yeah, you can see me making the legs, just putting two together at a 90-degree angle, and then to keep them together, all I did was put some 2x4 in the middle of it, and yeah, it actually worked out quite well and was a very, very, very sturdy base. So I was happy with that. Then, now that I had the biscuit joint all done, I took it out of the clamps once the glue was dry, and I had to do some just touch-ups and finishing touches to it, like cutting off the end and a bit of planing to. There was a little bit of cupping, but it was pretty good. And then I also had to just do some sanding on it, but all pretty minor work and part of the process. All I was happy was that these two pieces of wood were together and weren't in the trash anymore. Because I really did think that this project was not going to work. And it probably wouldn't have unless I got the planer. The planer was the big key player in making this project work. As I said before, I was just topping this with epoxy, clear coat on it, and that's what I was doing here. Epoxy is just really durable and quite actually easy to put on, but so that was good. And yeah, for the base legs, I was just doing a black, because black usually looks pretty good, and the final results did turn out pretty good. In the end, I sold this table for, I have a lady buying it for $120, so I mean, it was alright, decent profit, or a decent amount of money, keep this business going. And thanks for watching. That's the build. Thanks for watching again, and please subscribe and watch some of my other videos. See ya.